What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Janibek Alimkhanuly versus Danny Dignum, and this is going to be a 12-rounder for the Interim WBO Middleweight World Championship, and this fight is going to be Saturday, May 21st from the Resorts World Event Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or the ESPN app. And to gain both fighters' resumes, Janibek Alimkhanuly, fighting out of Kazakhstan, holds a record of 11 wins with no defeats and 7 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 8 by BoxRec in the middleweight division. And to list some of his best victories, he has a split decision win over Vaughn Alexander, a knockout win over Rob Brandt, and he also has a knockout win over Hassan Ndam. And to get his opponent's resume, Danny Dignum, fighting out of England, holds a record of 14 wins with no defeats and 1 draw, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 28 by BoxRec in the middleweight division. And to first of all list his one and only draw, it came by split decision against Andrei Sirotkin. And to list some of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Conrad Cummings. He also has a knockout win over Alfredo Meli, and he also has a knockout win over Grant Dennis. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go easily in favor of the rising Kazakh middleweight Janibek Alimkhanuly. I think Alimkhanuly is just overall the much better fighter. Alimkhanuly had a great amateur background and has really just beaten the far better opponents in his career thus far. He's beaten 2 former world champions in Ndam and Rob Brandt, whilst Danny Dignum really hasn't done much. I mean, from what I've seen, Danny Dignum is like a decent level European middleweight, not really anything else from there. Like, he's a decent level European fighter. I mean, not really a big world level fighter. I mean, he's just not at that level that Janibek is at thus far. I mean, Janibek has a lot of power. He could bang. He's got speed. He could box. He's a very, very tricky southpaw. So, I mean, he's overall just the much better fighter than Dignum. And the thing is, with these fighters coming from like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, I mean, they could box, they could brawl. I mean, they've really got the whole package. They could come forward, they could really fight in numerous ways, and Janibek is one of those instances. We've seen him sort of come forward on his opponents and dominate. We've seen him box. I mean, he's just overall a very well-rounded fighter, and I think we will see him here really dominate his opponent and win this interim title that is on the line. So, Danny Dignum, from what I've seen, I mean, against sort of the opponents that he dominates, he more comes forward a bit more. He also likes to break down his opponents with some of his combinations, but I think he's a bit too slow for Janibek. I think Janibek is just way better than Dignum, and that's pretty much what everyone else is thinking as well. I think this is a pretty straightforward and easy fight to predict. So comment down below your thoughts on this fight, who you think is going to win, and what do you think is next for the winner. So just to break down this fight round by round, I really think that the first half of the fight, like from rounds 1 to rounds 5, will really be primarily spent on Janibek, really just trying to break down Dignum and really trying to soften him up for a stoppage later on in the second half of the fight. I think Dignum will try and fight in there, try and survive, but ultimately I think that he will get broken down. And like, let's say after the first 5 rounds, the scores will be like 50-45 from all 3 judges. I really don't see a way for Danny Dignum to win a round. I just think he's way too slow, way too he just has a lack of skill compared to Alimkhanuly, and I really think that it's going to be visible, as I think that we'll see Alimkhanuly avoid a lot of Dignum shots. We'll see Alimkhanuly come forward. We'll see him maybe counter, use his timing, and really just dominate Dignum and really show why he's the next best thing in the middleweight division. So once the second half of the fight starts, Janibek will really press the pace a bit more, really start to land more shots, start to break down and soften up Dignum more, and ultimately get a stoppage from anywhere from round 6 to rounds 10, like the middle to late rounds. From like right from the start of round 6, we could see a stoppage, and all the way up to round 10, we could see a stoppage. But the first 5 rounds will be primarily spent on Dignum getting broken down and really just softened up for a stoppage later on in the fight. So, I mean, I don't really see Dignum winning any rounds on the judges' scorecards when this fight is stopped, which I think it will be. So, overall, I believe that Janibek Alimkhanuly will dominate and defeat Danny Dignum by knockout. Could be a standing stoppage, corner stoppage, brutal knockout, whatever. Nonetheless, it will go down. Will go down as a knockout or stoppage win for Janibek Alimkhanuly, as I think he will stand defeated at 12-0 with 12-0 with 8 knockouts, and I think that he will win the interim WBO Middleweight World Championship. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.